So here's a good one for you guys today. I have a hole in my screen, as you can see at the bottom there. And I'm going to change the screen, which it's a very, very, very common thing. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screen out of the window. So mine is a little unique, but essentially I have tabs on the left-hand side, little springs. So I'm going to push the window to the left, and I'm just going to push it out, and boom, the screen comes out pretty easy. I actually made another video on how to take out the screens, but what I'm showing you is what's called this spline. And what you want to do is you want to find where the spline starts. Once you find where the spline starts, you want to essentially get it started. And what I mean by get it started is you want to kind of pull up, and if you do it right, and if they installed it correctly, you'll be able to pull up just the spline essentially in one large, small rope, if you will. So I'm kind of showing you where it started. I'm going to get it, essentially pull it up off camera. So I got it started, as you can see, and I'm going to pull it up. It should come off relatively easy. Again, if you break it, it's not the end of the world, but I definitely try to use the same spline. But here's a video of obviously me taking the spline off. I'm just making sure that I kind of get it all in one for swoop, just because I'm essentially going to reuse the spline. I really don't think it's a huge deal. You can change it if you want to. I actually got some extra spline, but I just wasn't sure if it was going to break. So that is the screen, and that's the spline. I'm going to put that in a spot where I'm not going to lose it. And here's me just removing the screen. Once you get the spline out, it's fairly easy to take out the screen. So I'm just kind of stepping on it, giving it pretty light pressure. But like I said, it's pretty easy for that screen to come off after that. So this is my new screen. I apologize, I already put together one, so that's why it looks like it's all cut up like that. But you just want to make sure you have enough, and I definitely recommend measuring your window before you go and buy the screen, just to make sure you always want to have extra. You don't want to just try to get it perfect, trust me. So here's the new screen over the screen, and there's a spline that I'm going to be using. So here's my spline tool. Essentially what this does is kind of showing you're going to put the spline where it was, and you're just really going to roll it in there. It helps make it fit snug. It's going to be really hard to do just with your fingers, but as you can see, I'm kind of using my fingers as a guide to get it started. I'm not going to put my fingers through the whole entire time, because you want to make sure it's pressed down, it's compressed in there. So as I got started a little bit, I'm just kind of showing you how it fits in there snug. You also want to make sure that that screen is pulled tight as well. You don't want your screen to have a lot of leeway. But again, this is the same spline, so you're just going to turn it. You don't have to do any sort of tricks or anything like that to turn it. But here's a kind of a sped up video of me putting the spline throughout the whole entire screen. I figured if it took me a little while, so I figured I'd just speed up the video for you. But it's a relatively easy process. For whatever reason, I had a little bit of extra spline, so as you can see, I'm just going to kind of cut that out. So, and that's pretty much it. Yes, you're going to have excess hanging on the outside, but you just want to cut that off. So I would use this technique that I'm using. Again, I'm going right over the spline, and you don't have to apply too much pressure, just because that screen they're pretty relatively easy to cut. So as I'm going around the whole entire screen, I am getting the spline out, and I'm going to have obviously excess screen. But boom, that's what the finished product will look like. So no more holes in my screen, thank goodness. It's been a long time coming for that. But here's the kind of the pins, if you will, how you want to kind of install it. So again, all the screens are going to be different. This is just the particular one that I'm using. So I already put it in. Again, it went in, and there's a tab at the bottom that makes you lift it up. You want to make sure that that's facing inside of the home. So again, I put it on to the left. I just stepped outside. You just want to kind of push it in. All right, push it in. So the tab's on the left hand side. It's on the right hand side now, but that's where you're going to get your spring from. So make sure you push those tabs in, and it'll fit in snug just like that. Again, this is just for this particular one. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe for more videos.